Good evening, crypto traders and crypto investors, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back for all those who've already seen some of my videos. And yes, if you like my videos, please press that like button. You know, all this is for free, of course. I'm doing these videos for free. But if I get some support, that's definitely encouraging and increases my views and all that good stuff. And of course, this is not the financial advice. This is just my opinion on the market. So, I didn't really plan to make this video that late, but I was watching the Soros, his lectures on reflexivity. Um, It was actually the second day that I listened to this. It was in the second part of his lectures when he has Q&A. And there was something that he said, and I've heard this so many times, like that you always have to do different that what everybody else are doing. Your that basically your decision making has to be different, especially in trading and investments than the rest. But then when he said, if everybody's talking about the bubble, they're actually you have to go long, because if everybody is talking about a bubble, then will be no bubble for quite some time. And that made me think, like that really made me think, like, how does that imply to Bitcoin? And actually realized that when like people were talking about a bubble, this is a bubble, this is a bubble, this is a bubble, this is a bubble, and all this was just going up, right? So the bubble didn't happen. But then when there was a point that it seemed like there was more like the attitude of like, this is actually not a bubble, like 20,000 is easily achievable, and 30,000, this is when we got into trouble. And what's happening now is a lot of people are talking. A lot of people would say that we are going down to 3,000 and 1,000 and 5,000, and even I had these thoughts, but the charts are actually telling me something else, right? And I glanced so much to the idea that we were going lower that I didn't even see clearly that we actually might be reversing already. That just looking at the facts, just taking a step back from my opinion. Also, I'm listening a lot to Ray Dalio lately. I'm still waiting for his book, and I can't wait to get it. But he says that, assume that your opinion might be wrong, and take a step back, basically, from your opinion. And I was kind of like projecting my ideas on the market, thinking that this week is gonna go lower, 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 down to 5,000 or so. But the thing is that market is changing all the time. So now, if I take a fresh look at the market and just look at the facts, it's actually, let's make the analysis a technical analysis. This, okay, it is a little bit, it's kind of convergent. And we know, I was talking about that divergence is the best indicator, but also convergent is not too bad if it's like this. And then the highs, people forget to connect the highs as well. And they're not divergent, so okay, this is not in any way divergent. Okay, so let's make another step. Let's compare this. I have to zoom in because when I was talking about this, it is actually a little bit divergent. It's close to double bottom. This like these two relationships, they are divergent. They are. This is kind of like price is lower. This is kind of flat, but it is divergent. So this is indicator of momentum, downward momentum going up. And I've talked about this before, but MACD is the best tool to use for when to notice when the market is turning around. And then another thing is, okay, we have this cross here of K and D on stochastic, which literally just means that, you know, we are bouncing, we bounced, and that the downward momentum is going out. So okay, this is looking at this chart, and we had an extensive downtrend already. In a sense, because usually we get a reversal after an extensive trend, and we had a downward trend for quite a bit, for quite a while, and this is kind of like really making me think. And then let's go to 8-hour chart. Yeah, well, this is definitely divergent. Like, this is clearly, when we zoom in. Okay, it's convergent. Actually, sorry, but what I mean by divergence is that the difference between these two is bigger than here. There's just the angle is like just comparing the angles, and also on MACD is often leading the price. MACD here has a higher high than before. That's here, just this bottom here. That is also a nice indicator. And this volume here, okay, it's not decreasing, which is good. It's not like going wild, but I don't expect it to go wild. It's silently coming in. And I think this is actually how this will happen. The reverse, it won't be like this big pump that everybody will like, oh, will be hitting that bottom and then just, you know, cashing in profits soon, taking the profits out. And another thing is, okay, let's actually go to even, because here, like on 8-hourly, we have so many waves that this is extra, not extra extended, but it is extended. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is kind of like 11th wave on 8-hour, and I'm using stochastic to determine that. So that's that. And okay, here we have some support on 15 EMA, and here again we see divergence. So this one is divergent. This is clear. This, right? So there's a common denominator here, that downward momentum is going out. So that actually looks good. And then another thing that I wanted to add in are the shorts and long positions. You know, if you don't have this, highly recommend getting this indicator in. I usually use separate chart for this, but I actually figured out I can just use it as indicator. So this red line here, I think I can make it bigger, clearer, because it's kind of hard to see, I guess, on the video. But we have two lines. So the red ones are the shorts on Bitfinex, short position, and the green one are long positions. And we have never had that high amount of shorts as we do at the moment, which, okay, we came kind of close, which maybe you could think, okay, we have a lot of shorts positions, so we're going lower because, you know, people are shorting. But I think it's just the opposite. Because if everybody is already short that want to be short, like here, right here was the peak at 30, almost 34,000 shorts. So 34,000 Bitcoin shorted. So what? That is 18 million in USD shorted on Bitcoin. If all these people like were shorting all this time, like from this point, actually from here already. So from 4th of April, and even before that, okay, we had a peak there. So they started shorting 30th April here, right? Here. This is 30th of March, and you see the shorts are going up from here, but the price is not going lower. So that means that they are kind of playing attack. It's like these teams are playing football, right? Like the the greens and the reds, right? And the reds are the shorts, and they are attacking. They want to bring the markets lower, and they're putting all the pressure that they have, all the possible pressure that they can put together. They're like they're putting it all in. You know, they have 3 attackers there. They're extra offensive, but they're not succeeding in bringing the market lower. They're not scoring, basically. They're not making a goal. So that means that they're getting exhausted in a sense, and that their attack is not working because the price just doesn't want to go lower. That means that, okay, but also, you know, you could argue that also longs are going up, which is yeah, it's actually a good thing. I didn't, but okay, actually they are lower than they were here. Okay, yeah, so they are going up, but they are lower than here. And with longs, it's actually a bit different than with shorts, because why is that? Because you can go long on more exchanges, but Bitfinex is one of the biggest that you can go short. So, for instance, you can go short on GDEX, Coinbase, quite a few of them. So I think that it's more important, like the shorts carry bigger value in this kind of sense, if that makes sense actually. So, but still, yeah, we can argue that like also longs are going out, so they up, but we are actually making higher highs. So that, I mean, we are actually, you know, from the point of here, we are a bit higher, you know. But we're definitely not lower. So that kind of indicates that bulls are actually slowly winning this race, and this is actually, I think that's really interesting and important to watch at the moment. And then yeah, when it comes to the fundamentals, when it comes to the news, like it's obvious that SEC, okay, we don't have a clear picture of what SEC is gonna do yet, but they are busting some scam, like shitty ICOs, like shitty coins that they call them. Sorry for the term, but this is the term that you know, crypto world is using. So they're already busting some coins, which means that okay, maybe they don't officially have you know, the rules about cryptocurrency, you know, coins and exchanges and all that, but they definitely do have them prepared, or they know which direction they want to go, you know, based on the fact that they already busted like 5 ICOs. And probably like the big investors and the big exchanges, you know, they're in contact with SEC all the time, so I'm sure that they have insider like information that we don't. And why this is important? Because if the regulation is getting sorted, and there are people that know about it, like Soros. This is what brought me to Soros. If you don't know Soros, he's one of the most successful traders of all time. This is getting attention of the big players, and they might feel more and more comfortable by playing that if they have information that the whole thing is legit. So yeah, it's just a different opinion on the market. I'm kind of looking at this from a bit different perspective than I did till basically looking this video just half an hour ago, because I was more like bearish on the whole thing. But like this is making me think, right? Because it's kind of coming in because of all these divergences and just thinking different than the crowds, That's the key point there. So that was it about Bitcoin. I hope you caught my video yesterday about those 3 coins that came on Bitfinex, because today one of them just went wild. I could actually, there was in 20 minutes, it just pumped so much. What was it, RDN? That I could take 50% profit, like, so fast. It was incredible. Like, I bought here and then it just had this pump, like it didn't even make sense. And I was closing positions as this was going up. So I made like 70 on that coin. I made like 70% in one day. So I hope some of you guys bought this. I know it was quite difficult to catch this because it was going on just for about what was that, for about an hour. Okay, depends on when you wanna, how high you want it to cash out, but yeah, it was going on. Okay, let's say for about an hour, and there were some nice profits possible there. And even before that, it was like you could make like 7x, but I was not actively trading that, so I can't talk about this too much. But yeah, I hope some of you guys followed it. And then the other one was Request, and I already took nice profits of that one as well. Just half of the position. With this one I closed the whole one. But yeah, if you bought this one, it's already up almost 10 to 20%, depending on where you bought it, from where we were yesterday. So yeah, that was like I hope you followed that, the 3 coins, because like straight away they made you nice profit there. So okay, that was me for tonight. I hope you wish you all the best, and good night.